So we're on to our first writing project. So we're going to be learning about how we write personal letters, and we're going to do that today by looking at this example letter that was written, so you guys have an idea of what's expected in 4th grade. So a well-written personal letter describes events in the writer's life in a friendly and engaging way. So you're really putting details in it that describes what happens to yourself. It's personal, it's your own letter, so we're not making stuff up about it. These are going to be real events or real things that will happen in your own personal letter. It needs to include certain key features such as the heading, such as the greeting, the body, so that's what most of it's about. It needs to also include the closing, and it needs to include your signature, your name. So we're going to learn about these features by reading and analyzing it. We also have this anchor chart over here that we're going to go through as well. So let's begin. So here's our prompt that this person wrote about. We're going to be reading this today during our morning Zoom, Solving Problems. You are a citizen of Washington State. Write a letter to someone close to you about your experiences during the shellfish crisis described in Solving Problems. Make sure to include facts and details from solving problems in your letter. So this person read the story that we read, and now she had to write a letter. She had to compose it. So this prompt asked me to write a personal letter telling about the shellfish crisis in the state of Washington. I'm going to write to my friend Carrie and tell her how this crisis has affected my family. Now listen as I read an example of what I might have written in response to this prompt. So this is our prompt right here, and then this is our letter. This right here is my what? This is my heading. So I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm also just going to make an arrow, or not an arrow, highlight it here. So notice we have something that has the date. Oops, Mr. Wimbley left the date off in my example letter, so let me add that back. No, I didn't. Ooh, it's right there. So our heading includes the date as well as our address. Now we're not going to use our real address, but in an actual letter you would. Now our next part is a greeting with the recipient's name. So our greeting is what? Our greeting is this part. Normally they start out with dear, so it's not that difficult, but just to make sure, we're going to highlight in green so we don't forget it. Include a greeting to the person receiving the letter, so that's who it's to, followed by a comma. So that comma is an important part. It separates this letter from the rest of it. So now let's go to our next part. Our next part is the body. So these are paragraphs that describe a personal experience, and we're using facts from this Solving Problems text. So let's look through here, and I want you to listen to the body and see if you find any facts that we have that were in our text. Sorry it's taken so long for me to write. I like the idea that we write letters like people used to. Things have really changed since you and your family moved. Do you remember all the discussions about pollution around Puget Sound? And do you remember how we used to walk on the beach and see the pollution? It began to kill large numbers of shellfish. So this was one of our facts. So I'm going to highlight that, and let's use red for this because it's important. That's when the problem started for my family. You know that my dad works on a fishing boat. Do you remember the big oyster farm outside of town? After he moved to Texas, my mom got a job there as a supervisor. My dad goes out every day to gather shellfish. He's not finding nearly as many clams, oysters, and mussels as he used to. And other fishers are having the same problem. Mom still has her job, but they reduced her hours. She only works 4 days a week now. So here's another one. We're talking about how fishermen are having that same problem of there's not much stuff for them to catch, those shellfish. I read an article online about the important how important shellfish are to Washington's inhabitants. Our former governor, Christine Gregoire, was interviewed. She said that the shellfish industry is very important to the state's economy. According to the article, Washington's aquaculture industry contributes more than $270 million annually to the state economy. The article also said that the federal government is helping us fight pollution. So here we have another fact. So let's just highlight this one. It has joined the state to form the Washington Shellfish Initiative. I think it will not only protect our best natural resource, but protect jobs too. You know, when something like this happens, you think about the financial impact on families. But you also think about the future of our beautiful state and what responsibilities we have for keeping it great. I promise to write more. Hope you are doing well. So right there, what was that? That was our body. So we're going to highlight in red. That was the main messages. And it was organized, you see, into paragraphs. Now we have this one that we didn't highlight. We have something called first person. So this first person means that we use words like I. So I'm going to circle that here. We use words like me. So you'll notice we use words like my. It's those ones like you're talking about yourself. So in a personal letter, you're using those words I, me, we. Now we have those facts, which I did in red. Oops, don't want to cross it out. We did it in red. And those facts were in the main body. Notice how I have 3 main bodies of the paragraph. I do have these ones, but they're more like opening and closing. Now, my last part says I need to conclude with a closing followed by a comma and the writer's signature. So let's check. A closing followed by a comma and the writer's signature. So notice there's the comma, which means this must be the closing. And there's the writer's signature. But since we're typing, it's just our name. So one more thing I want us to look at here is we have this. Notice how she cites from the article, Solving Problems. She uses this nice phrase. She says, according to the article. So that's wonderful. I know she's getting it straight from a place. And then she's also giving more information. It says, the article also said. So she's telling me this is where she got her information from. She's doing something called citing. So if I'm not sure that she actually looked this stuff up, or I think she got something wrong, I can go back and I can look in that article, Solving Problems, and say, yeah, she was correct. I must have misunderstood. So we always want to use information from our article so we know it's legit, we know it's real. If you have questions about this, let me know. What you guys are doing today for your writing is you are doing this. You are going to, on your blank page in your writing benchmark section, you guys are going to highlight 3 facts or details. If they're the exact same 3 facts that I have here, excellent. What I would like you guys to try to do though is see if you could find some facts that I didn't highlight. So see if there's some that I didn't highlight. If you're absolutely stuck though, borrow my 3 here. And now, your next part, which is the last part of this writing for today, is you need to tell me what are the parts of a personal letter. So what does a personal letter have to have in it? Go back, watch our video, look at our anchor chart. What parts does a personal letter need to have? I'll give you a hint. There are at least 6 things that a personal letter should have. So in this, you should have 6 things listed. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Good job with your personal writing introduction.